Have you ever walked into the gym and wondered, is it better to use heavy weights for low reps, or light weights for high reps for building muscle? This is one of the most common questions asked by exercisers, from beginners to experienced athletes. In fact, both approaches have their merits. Heavy weights for low reps are often associated with strength and explosiveness. Meanwhile, light weights for high reps improve muscular endurance and the ability to maintain long-term activity. But if your main goal is to build muscle as quickly as possible, which is the optimal choice? In this video, we will analyze when should you prioritize heavy weights for low reps to maximize strength. When should you use light weights for high reps to improve muscular endurance? And most importantly, why can both methods help you gain muscle, as long as you train close to the point of muscle fatigue? To answer this question, we need to understand the mechanism of action of each method. Each training method is different not only in the number of repetitions, but also directly affects the type of muscle fibers you activate, the nervous system you train, and ultimately how your muscles respond. Do you dare to try a test right now? Take a water bottle or any object weighing about 1 to 2 kilograms. Hold your arms straight out in front of you and hold it. It's simple, just 1 minute. The first 15 seconds are easy, right? You even find it a little funny because it's so light. 30 seconds, your arms start to shake. 45 seconds, your shoulders are burning like fire. And at 60 seconds, your heart is pounding, your brain is screaming, let go. Many people probably put their hands down before the clock goes off. And that's why the question of whether heavy training less or light training more is more effective. It's not simple because it's related to something I call strength quality. And today we're going to find out the answer together. How long have you been going to the gym? A month, a year, or many years? Have you ever stood in the middle of the gym and seen a guy lifting weights twice as heavy as you, doing only 4 or 5 reps, but still had bulging muscles and wondered if you had to lift heavy to get bigger? Then, you turned to another corner and saw someone who only lifted light weights but still had reps. Sweat pouring down, with toned, neat muscles that looked healthy. And you wondered what kind of exercise is right. Heavy weights for a few reps, or light weights for many reps. I remember the first time I stepped into the gym, just like you. I chose light weights. I trained continuously for 20 to 30 reps, sweating like a shower. I thought to myself, oh, if I train like this, I will definitely gain muscle quickly. But then in the other corner there was an old man, around 50 years old. He lifted weights 3 times as heavy as me, but each set did 5 reps. In my head I thought, what kind of exercise is this? Why so little? Until one day, I tried to imitate him, and after only 5 reps, I collapsed on the bench, breathing like I had just run a marathon. The next day, my muscles were so sore that I couldn't even lift my arms. That moment changed the way I looked at training. I began to understand that the story of heavy or light is not just a number, but a whole world of science behind it. Maximum strength occurs when you do heavy reps, when you lift a weight that is really challenging. For example, 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max. Your body is forced to recruit almost all of your fast twitch fibers. Fast twitch fibers, these are the fibers responsible for strength and size. You don't need many reps for this type of training. 4 to 6 reps. But each rep feels like a battle. The benefits of this training are maximal strength when you do light reps, but if you only do heavy, there will be gaps. You can lift 100 grams at once, but you're out of breath when you climb 5 flights of stairs. This is where light reps come in. When you train at 50 to 60% RM, 15 to 25 reps per set, you build muscle endurance, improve circulation, increase oxygen utilization, and recover. Interestingly, scientific research shows that it's not just heavy training that activates muscles. Research by Morton et al., 2016 Journal of Applied Physiology, when comparing a heavy group training 75 to 90% RM 8 to 12 reps, to a light group training 30 to 50% RM 20 to 25 reps to failure, muscle gains were nearly identical. The repetition continuum concept, Seefeld 2021. Fewer heavy reps optimize strength. Medium reps 6 to 12 optimize hypertrophy. High reps greater than 15 optimize endurance. But if volume is adequate and training close to threshold, all three can overlap. Meta-analysis 2021. Training to failure is not always necessary. If you stop 1 to 2 reps before failure, the hypertrophy results are still the same, as long as the total volume is enough. Common misconception. Many people think that light training only burns fat, not muscle. That is wrong. If you really train close to the fill threshold, the body will still grow strongly. And this is what 90% of beginners often ignore. But the important question is, do you dare to really push the limit? Imagine you are in the gym right now. You choose the heaviest weight that you think you can only do 5 reps. Set 1 is heavy, but still controllable. Set 2, hands shaking, face red, heart racing. Set 3, everything around you fades away, just the sound of your heartbeat and the barbell in your hands. You force yourself to finish the last rep, put the barbell down, you flop down on the bench, sweat pouring down, and in that moment, you feel a real victory. Now imagine another day, you choose a lighter weight, 20 reps per set. Rep 15, your muscles start to burn. Rep 18, your whole body is screaming stop. But you still push with all your might for the last 2 reps. You put the weight down and gasp for air. But in the mirror you see your eyes shining and you suddenly realize that the feeling of victory itself is exactly the same as the day you trained hard. It is the quality of strength that is not heavy or light, but whether you dare to really push your body to the limit safely and intelligently. But one thing that many people often ignore is the factor of safety and injury prevention. When you train heavy with few reps, it is true that strength will increase very quickly, but it comes with a lot of pressure on the joints, ligaments, and spine. This is the reason why many powerlifting athletes often get injured if they do not manage their training volume properly. On the contrary, training with light weights with many reps is often safer, especially for beginners or older people, because the body has time to adapt and control the technique better. In fact, coaches often advise that there is no need to choose sides. Strength and muscular endurance are both important, and alternating the 2 types of training in each phase, called periodization, is the optimal way to be both effective and safe in the long term. Try commenting below with the heaviest weight you think you will stop at 4, 6, 8 reps. Leave a number and come back after 1 month to check if you have surpassed your own limit. So, which one is better for faster muscle growth? The science shows that both are effective, as long as you train close to muscle failure, that is, near the limit of your ability to do 1 more repetition. Heavy weights with few reps activate more fast-twitch muscle fibers, great growth potential. Light weights with many reps activate both slow-twitch and fast-twitch muscle fibers, still promote muscle growth if you train close to failure. The key is not the number of reps, but whether you create enough pressure and bring the muscles to the necessary state of tension for them to adapt. Both methods stimulate important mechanisms: mechanical tension from heavy weights, metabolic stress from light weights with many reps. These are all factors that promote hypertrophy. When to choose which? Maximize strength. Choose heavy weights with few reps, especially on compound exercises. Increase endurance or train safer. Choose light weights with many reps. Total muscle gain. Combine both. Go heavy on the basic exercises and light on the isolation exercises with many reps for optimal muscle building. This combination helps you take advantage of both factors, both mechanical stress and metabolic stress, to build muscle quickly and comprehensively. So we have analyzed the pros and cons of the two training methods and how to apply them intelligently. Remember, it doesn't matter whether you train heavy or light. The important thing is that you train close to the point of muscle fatigue and stick to your goals. If you train superficially and stop too early, the results will be very limited. If you dare to step out of your comfort zone, whether it's 5 reps with heavy weights or 20 reps with light weights, your body will change. Next time you step into the gym, don't ask which type of training is better. Ask yourself if you trained well enough today. If the answer is yes, the results will come, sooner or later. If this video makes you think about your workout, leave a quality comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with a friend who is training incorrectly. Thanks for watching.